full.
Yeah, 45 minutes or something like that.
Fucking hell.
Yeah. Unbelievable. What do you think it was?
Table's one way, bro.
It is.
Table's one way.
Why are you nervous or something?
Nah.
Are you ready?
Yep.
Hello and welcome to the Two Brothers, Two Dads podcast. So I'm here with my co-host Nick, and this will be on Outex TV on YouTube. So make sure you've subscribed and like so you get all this content. So, how you been, mate?
Pretty good. Pretty good. What about you?
I've been good. I mean, well, there's some controversy going on YouTube again that I'm involved in.
Again?
So, you know how there's this guy, One Race movie sucks, he made a video on me and that. Anyway, so I made his video, so it's been a while now. However, someone else has come out and made a video on me and him, but this guy backed me up. So shout out to the Film Attackers. Thank you, mate. He said I did a fantastic job in my response. He enjoyed it. He said it was one of the best he's seen on YouTube that has done a response. So, I mean, shout out to him, and he just basically went in on One Race again. Absolutely went on him. And now apparently One Race is taking some time off YouTube. So whether or not we finally have cut out the bully in the industry, cut out these people, hopefully now that we don't see people going in on people like that again. So that's all gone. But, I mean, let's get into the big event of the year. The biggest boxing event of the year, Logan Paul versus KSI 2, the rematch. So we're going to go in. I want to hear what your thoughts are on this, how you think it's going to go, your predictions, who's going to win the fight. So the floor's yours, mate. Let's hear what you've got.
KSI is my man. He is by far going to win this fight. He looks better in training. He is smarter. And he's a better YouTuber as well. So I think at the moment KSI 100% is going to beat Logan Paul. Logan Paul is all show no go. 100%. 100%.
Okay, so let's look at the first fight. The first fight, it was a draw.
Near the good box.
It was a draw. And to be fair, I thought a draw was pretty even. Like, it deserved a draw. I mean, it could have gone either way. It could have either KSI could have won that first one, or Logan could have won that first one. We know Logan Paul come out guns blazing. Those first 2 rounds he come out guns blazing. He was all over JJ. And what I think his biggest downfall was he got tired really quickly because he exerted so much energy and adrenaline in the first 2 rounds. Yeah. However, also, he started mocking KSI as well during that fight and got cocky, which played into KSI's hands because KSI didn't know what he was going to expect because there was no footage, no nothing on Logan. So now he's felt Logan out, and then obviously JJ's got this unbelievable stamina that he can just go and go and go. And you saw in the later rounds, if we had a round 7, KSI wins that fight.
100%. 100%.
Now, we move. You also got to take into consideration, Logan only had 3 months to train before the first fight. And look what he was able to accomplish in those 3 months. Now, you turn the tables. He's now had 14 months of training. Logan has.
But so is KSI now.
I know, exactly.
So it's.
But if you watch the press conference of that, Logan says he knows how to box now, and I believe him. I believe he knows how to do it now. I don't think we're going to see the same fight. I think this is going to be a completely different fight.
100%.
I mean, you look at their corners and who they've got in their corners, and you've got pro fighters here.
Yeah, but you've also got, for KSI's corner, you've got Mayweather, one of the best defensive boxers there is.
Yeah, but it's Jeff Mayweather, yeah.
Yes, but he's been there with Floyd. He has gone with Floyd all the way through his career with ducking, weaving, checking your shoulders, making sure. So if JJ is going to win this fight, his defense is what's going to help him win this fight. 100%. If he expects that Logan Paul's going to come out in the first 2 rounds again and go hard and try and win the first 2, he might have better stamina and be able to do it 3, maybe 4. We don't know. But JJ, if he sticks to what he's good at, which is his stamina, his patience, Logan Paul's going to have a hard time breaking down.
But, I mean, we know Logan Paul's the bigger dude. He's got a longer reach than that. That jab in the first fight was very crucial to his success. Does JJ have a plan to stop that? Because if he doesn't, if JJ can't get on the inside of Logan, Logan's going to pick him apart based on reach alone. He's going to pick him apart. So JJ needs to have a plan in place to stop this jab.
I think JJ has a little bit more speed. Okay, I think he has more speed than what Logan does. I think Logan has the reach. He has, the power, but that jab wasn't exactly affecting JJ a lot. It was hitting him, but there wasn't enough behind it. This time it could be different, and he may have to really check that jab and make sure that he keeps his distance. But if he can get on the outside of that jab and get a couple around the body and work hard, I don't think Logan Paul's going to have a chance. I think JJ's got too much power. Going for kidneys is always going to win that fight.
But then again, he's also got to get on the inside of Logan. But where I think KSI has the big advantage is in the corners. When the rounds are up, you got Vidal Riley in the corner, who's calm, collective, and him and JJ have a lot of respect. They're like brothers. So he will be able to sit JJ down. JJ will listen to him, and he will calmly tell him, look, this is what's going on, this is what you need to do. However, Logan has Shannon Briggs, who's a hype man, who will just be shouting at Logan, and I think Logan won't listen as much compared to what KSI and Vidal have. But I just feel and think this time it's going to be so different. I think someone's getting knocked out. I don't think this is going the distance. I think someone's getting no head guards, 10-ounce gloves. This is completely different.
This is professional boxing.
That's right. This is a professional fight. This is not... I don't think it's going to go the distance at all. I do not think. What do you think? Do you think someone's getting knocked out in this fight?
Someone's getting knocked out. But who's the one that's going to be able to take more punches? Who's the one that's going to have the glass jaw? Who's the one that's going to be able to defensively win the fight and throw back? That's the only thing that I can see is the glass jaw. Who has it? And for me, Logan Paul is a proof. He is not going to be able to take punches to the jaw. Not from JJ. Not from JJ. JJ, I feel JJ, if he takes a hit, it's only going to hype him up to know what's next. He's going to know what his power is up against.
I mean, JJ, he is that guy we've known for so long that he's the guy that no matter what you say he can't do, he goes out of his way to prove you
exactly.
wrong. And that, yes, I believe Logan is aware that he knows KSI will do no matter what he can do to win this fight. But I just think, I mean, boxing, you could be the most skillful fighter, but all it takes is one punch. One punch can end this fight in an instant. And it's a matter of who can get that. But I think Logan's going to win this by knockout in the third round. I think he's going to win in the third round. I think he's going to come out, first round, he's going to come out strong. Second round, he's going to take a step back. And KSI is going to then come out a bit more aggressive. But then I think the third round, Logan's going to go for it and press him hard. And he's actually going to knock KSI out in the third round. That's what I'm thinking. I think Logan's 14 months, he's a more natural athlete than KSI. And I just think the power is going to be too much, and that reach is going to be a big problem for JJ. And I think now that Logan knows how to box, I think he's just going to have that edge over JJ, and I think it's going to be a knockout. With no head guards, 10-ounce gloves, this is a knockout.
If Logan can defend, if he can defend, keep his hands up, and not gas out too fast and get too excited, he has a very good chance.
Yeah.
But JJ has to know that if he wants to win this fight, he has to weather the storm. And the storm's going to be the first couple of rounds.
Yeah, the first round is the big. The first round is going to be. We're going to know who's in the lead after the first round, because that first round is going to be when they feel getting hit by 10-ounce gloves, no headgear. It's going to be a wake-up call for both of them. So it's a matter of who takes it the best, who doesn't get scared and panics. Who doesn't panic in this fight is going to be the clear favourite.
I think JJ has a clearer head. No matter
I don't know.
I think he does. I think that
did you see the weigh in though?
I did. I saw the weigh in. I did see.
I think Logan's in his head.
I think Logan's in his head, but I also think that JJ has decided that, you know what, no respect for this guy anymore. No, you know what, you just keep talking. Like conference, he was completely calm, sitting on his chair. Logan Paul was walking around, prancing around like he already won.
He's an entertainer. This is what they do. But I think that push that JJ did, and then he didn't show up to the face-to-face, and now he showed up to the second one. I think Logan is in his head.
It can go both ways. You can see JJ is doing it as a defensive attack to him to say, you can come at me as much as you want. You know, I'm going to give you some, but I'm not going to go all out. I'm not going to give you everything that you want because that's what Logan wants. Logan wants to be in his head.
Yes.
JJ is not worried about being in Logan's head. JJ is worried about the fight. Logan Paul is trying to make sure that when he gets into the fight, he has an upper hand. Which means that if he goes in there and JJ is ready, Logan Paul's in for a fight.
Alright, so I'm thinking it's Logan, round 3 knockout. When do you're going, obviously going KSI?
KSI 100% is aligned.
What's he? When? What round?
I think it's going to be fourth round.
Fourth round.
Fourth round.
Knockout or TKO?
I think it's going to be TKO. I think it's
going
to
be.
The
ref's going to stop it?
I believe the ref's going to stop it because Logan Paul's not going to keep his hands up.
Okay.
He's going to be stuck in the corner.
Who do you think has the most to lose in this fight?
KSI.
You reckon that's what I reckon. I reckon KSI's got more to lose. Actually, yes. I think he does.
He does.
He doesn't.
Compared to you put his fan base against Logan's fan base, you put them together. I think if Logan loses, he's not going to lose too much.
Yeah, well, because you look at the Japan incident that
KSI on the other
hand
is going to, you know, and all credit to Logan Paul for coming back from that because that's a lot's happened since then. But KSI has been the king for a very long time. He has had fans. He has done nothing wrong.
I mean, you obviously look at it also, people have said that he's got a god complex, that he thinks he's above everyone else, and if he loses, it's going to be a real reality check for him to think, you are not the best at something for once.
No, but
because he always goes out to prove he's the best at something he does, and if Logan beats him, he's not the best at it anymore.
No, but I think as well, and we look at this as the second fight, if KSI loses, there's going to be a third fight.
You reckon
there's going to be a third fight?
That was going to be my next question. Do you think we're going to get a third fight?
100%. You can't go from a draw and then a win and then say, okay, cool.
Well, let me put this to you. This is what I think. This is my theory behind it. Jake's going to fight Gibb.
Mm-hmm.
If Jake beats Gibb, Jake will fight KSI. If KSI beats Jake, that will be the reason why Logan steps back in to fight KSI if Logan wins.
I don't think that's fair.
Because I know Jake really wants to fight. Jake wants to fight him. And I think if Logan wins, he fights Gibb because everyone wants Jake to fight Gibb. He beats Gibb, KSI steps in, and then if KSI beats Jake, that's a more reason for Logan to go, you know what? I'm stepping back in for a third one, ending this completely. But then again,
I think you should do it straight away. 100% should just go, alright, this fight is, you know, to see if there's another one. If KSI wins this next one, Logan Paul's going to want another fight straight away. He's not going to want to go through
But then again,
else.
Logan's also talked about going to MMA. He wants to go into MMA and that, so
Logan Paul needs to box first. This is his chance to prove to us he can fight. If he's going to box here and he wants to go to MMA, he has to beat KSI. If he doesn't beat KSI, he can kiss his MMA goodbye. That's not going to happen until he beats KSI.
I mean, I think he's going to beat it. I think that's going to be the route. I've got a feeling that Jake's going to fight Gibb. Jake beats Gibb, he's going to fight KSI. If KSI beats him, that's when we're going to get the third one. But I don't think we're going to get a third one otherwise. I think this is it.
If KSI loses this fight...
I think whoever loses this fight is going to want a third one. They're going to want a rematch because they're going to be like, well, you know, especially if this one goes the distance again and it's on points,
it's going to be another fight.
Then there's more reason to. But if someone gets knocked, like if it's a first round knockout, then I think a third's very unlikely because then it's like, well, I've knocked you out in the first round. What's the point? So I mean,
but it's boxing, you know. Like you look at different things. Like Logan Paul wants to go to MMA. You see on the weekend, Masvidal fought Diaz. Now that's a fight that could have gone the distance. It was always going to be a knockout. Ref stopped it because of an eye on Nate Diaz. Yeah. Right? Masvidal didn't want to leave the ring without someone being on the canvas. All right. So when you have someone on the canvas, it's known as a lucky punch, or you got caught. You know? So when that happens, 9 out of 10 times someone wants to jump back in the ring with that person because they believe that they have a chance. 100%. So if Logan Paul wants to win this fight, he either has to knock KSI out or the ref needs to stop the fight.
I mean, I've got Logan as third round. You've got KSI in fourth round, I believe.
Yep.
Let us know in the comments, what are your thoughts? What are your predictions fight? Who's winning? Logan, KSI, what round? when it's going to happen, and do you think we could see a third match in the works after this match? So, we've done that, and that is that fight. Hey, so, I want to talk some football now.
That's my game.
There is a juicy story that I read coming out as well. Kylian Mbappe, $250 million to Liverpool. With Mohamed Salah going to Real Madrid in the process. You're a Liverpool fan. What are your thoughts on that?
I don't think it will happen.
You don't think?
No.
I mean, when I read it, I thought, why would you spend that much money on Mbappe to bring him in and then lose someone that you've already got everything working in those three? You bring Mbappe in, you lose Salah, even though I think Mbappe's top three players in the world right now.
Suits the style Liverpool play, nice attacking, quick, but it's Salah.
Yeah, and
it's the highest goal scorer. It's someone up for the Ballon d'Or. It's someone that's been consistent since.
And I don't see Liverpool spending that much money on one player. I just don't see Klopp doing that.
No.
That, especially with you being in front at the moment, why would you bring someone in like him to upset the balance, so to speak, moving forward now? When you've already got the lead, the league's yours to lose. Why would you do that?
You would.
That doesn't make sense to me.
You would. You look at Jurgen Klopp with Dortmund. You know, with the teams that he's been with, Dortmund were always competitive. He didn't change too much of the system. Didn't change too much because he knew what he wanted. He lost players. He brought new players in. Weren't over expensive. Brought him in. He's come to Liverpool. He's bought Salah for 20 million or something. You know, he's got Mane from Southampton. He's got Firmino. You got a front three there that every team goes, holy crap, we don't want to face. You bring Kylian Mbappe into it. There goes Origi.
Yeah.
Origi's gone. All right, he's going to go on loan, or we're going to send him somewhere else. He's not going to want to re-sign with us. You put Mbappe out on the right. We lose Salah. Okay, you gain maybe a little bit of speed.
Yeah, you gain the top three player in the world.
You do, but then you lose age and Salah. So you lose someone that's been in Liverpool now for a while. He knows
Mane. He knows Mane.
He knows Firmino.
He knows the system.
He knows Jurgen Klopp. He knows what the team's about. If he wanted to leave to win trophies, it wouldn't be to Real Madrid. Not right now.
Yeah.
Okay, you don't want to go there. Where they are in the league at the moment is not where they should be, and they know that.
They obviously are. Real Madrid are in a rebuilding phase,
yes.
And I think Kylian Mbappe is 21. So he is at the start of his career. So he's still got 10 years. I think he is going to go to Real Madrid because every footballer wants to play for Real Madrid or Barcelona. That's their dream because them two are the biggest clubs. I mean, everyone wants to, especially Real Madrid. Everyone wants to be a Galactico. Always wanted to be it. And now with Ronaldo gone, they're looking for that superstar. That guy that's going to score the goals, take over the team for the future and do what he did. Hazard hasn't done that. He hasn't been that person they were expecting. And Mbappe fits that mould. We know the Spanish League's not as competitive as the English Premier League. And I think Mbappe would suit the Spanish League more so because it's not as physical.
I think if you put him in the Premier League and you ask him, you put him in a team like Liverpool or you put him in Man City and he's consistently starting. Okay, every week is a competitive week. Whether you're playing against West Ham or you're playing against Everton, or, you're playing against these teams that are always going to run their hearts out and play good football against you. There's going to be times where you're on the back foot. If Mbappe wants to be one of the best in the world, he needs to play in a league where week in, week out, he can perform and he can play to the best of his ability against teams that are trying to push that out of him.
Yeah.
If he stays at PSG, he's not going to get any better.
Because
PSG just run through it. But then if you put him over into, say, the Spanish league, he's got a little bit half the teams there are decent and are quite good. You've got the bottom half obviously always constantly fighting. But if you put him into the English Premier League and you ask him to play week in, week out right now, he will not be able to do it.
And also, you got to take into account the scheduling of the English league is just horrendous.
Well, Liverpool have played two games in 2 days.
Exactly, like what Jurgen Klopp said, 16 games in 30 days or something they have to play. When you look at the Spanish league and that, they have a 2-week break over Christmas. They don't play. So why would you move to go play in the English Premier League when you're that top player and play a chance where you could injure yourself, when you can go play for Real Madrid, be the top person in the team, in the league, be considered the Ballon d'Or winner and all that stuff. So that's just what I see. Obviously, the wife and son are home and they're just making rackets here. Come here, Leo.
Hey, big boy.
So yeah, so I mean, I don't see that happening at all. I don't see Mbappe going there. Now let me ask you, is Liverpool winning the league this year? Are they finally breaking the drought? Are they breaking the decades that they haven't won the Premier League? Well, they've never won the Premier League in the Premier League era, but are they finally breaking that drought?
I think this might be the year.
You think this is the year?
Yeah, I think the performance we put in against Leicester, quality team.
Yes,
team.
but then again, you were very lucky.
Absolutely,
that was
100% lucky. But when you look at the times that we've scored late winners in games, this last start of the Premier League, there's been even in the Champions League or in the Carabao Cup or whatever the other one that we're playing in, is when we get down. For some reason, Jurgen Klopp has now got the mentality of us constantly going to the 95th minute, and we're scoring goals late. And you heard Pep Guardiola talk about it. He said about his kids. These kids said that's lucky. He said no, that's Liverpool.
Yeah.
That's the mentality they have. So these games that we have we didn't have last season, and that's where we lost. Man City had it. Now Man City have switched with us at the moment and have lost games that they shouldn't have, like against was it Watford or Wolves? Wolves counter-attacked them twice with the same counter-attack. Scored 2 goals.
Now, we look at the fixtures coming up. Obviously, we talked about that 16 games in 30-day period, back-to-back games, like 2 games in the space of 2 days. Is that going to impact it? I think, personally, that's going to impact Liverpool because, one, he didn't add to the squad. Jurgen Klopp didn't add to the squad. He obviously thought his team was good enough to compete, which his team is good enough to compete. I mean, he won the Champions League last year, so that says it all. However, not having that depth as a Man City have really hinders you when you got to play these games in such close time.
Yeah.
So I personally think this Christmas period is going to be the telling tale of whether Liverpool are going to win or not.
I think we have to have a look at players like Naby Keita, who's slowly getting into it.
He hasn't played this year.
He hasn't. I think he's still trying to understand English football. He's come from a league that isn't nearly as competitive. So in the Bundesliga, you've got a lot of players that are quality that have come over in the English Premier League and haven't done really well. But I think that if we can get players like Ox-Chamberlain, last 3 games he's got 3 goals. He's played awesome for us ever since he's come to us. He was unlucky with injuries. He did his knee, but I think he's coming back now. Origi seems to be playing well when he's asked to, which is always a good thing. I do feel that we do have a few problems that we need to address, like with Joel Matip. I think Joel Matip plays well occasionally. Yeah. I don't think it's good enough. And then I also feel that if we put Joe Gomez in there, he's not quite where he needs to be yet. He's still struggling to get back into the squad, which says a lot considering last year, this time, he was the starter. And him and Van Dijk were playing absolute great football.
Alright, so I want to hear, what are your top 6 for the EPL?
Top 6?
Top 6, yeah.
Top 6.
So who are your top 6 teams?
Not Everton.
No, I don't think so.
I would go, I think Liverpool are going to finish on top.
Yep.
I think Man City is going to be right behind. It's going to be very close. Leicester. I think Leicester are going to have a good season.
Yeah.
I really do. I think attacking wise, I think their only problem is their defence, but I think if they outscore the other teams, they'll be...
Well, listen, they have the best defensive record. Their defence is better than Liverpool's.
But I don't think that they've played teams of quality that can really hurt them. Like, I think they've played teams that have hurt them and haven't capitalised on it, but I think they haven't quite gone far enough in the season to see what their backline's really capable of.
Ooh. Okay, yep, so you got Leicester at 3rd.
Leicester at 3rd. Tottenham.
You reckon Tottenham?
I think Tottenham are going to sneak back into the 4. I think so. Okay. I think they're going to open up.
A bold one.
And I think, yeah, I think so. I'm going to go with Arsenal as 5th.
Arsenal in fifth.
Arsenal's fifth. I think they're slowly getting into it. I think Pepe's starting to really find his feet. Aubameyang's on fire as always. Lacazette's on and off. He doesn't get enough game time. Put him on the pitch next to Aubameyang. Don't put him on the pitch when he's off. Obviously, it's smart football. Then my sixth. Yeah, I'm not too sure who I'd put at six. Because I don't think Man United are going to sneak into the six. I don't see them.
No, I don't think
they're going to be able to get there.
Would you say Chelsea? You don't think Chelsea are going to make it?
Maybe Chelsea at six. I think they are. I think they are working. They are getting better, but I also think that there is a lot of lapses within their game plan that Lampard has them doing that is going to be broken down against teams like Leicester, who are so quick in attack.
Okay.
Wolves as well going to hurt them.
This is what I think. I think Manchester City are going to win it. I think they're going to come back. I think this Christmas period is going to be too much for Liverpool, and I think the depth that they have, they're going to bring them back. Obviously, they play this weekend, Liverpool-Man City, which is going to be a big game. But I think Man City are going to come back. We've seen them come back last year and be perfect. 14, 15 straight. They made a Premier League record. They won that many straight.
We went far behind them.
I know, but they didn't drop any points. They were under the big pump because they had to win. I think Liverpool come in second. And I agree with you. I think Leicester finish third. I think they do. I think they have the team. Brendan Rodgers got them ticking, and that defense is really, really, really good. I think it's underrated. And I mean, I think personally, I think besides Manchester City, they have the best midfield. You got Timberlands, and Diddy, and Maddison. I mean, we need to sign Maddison ASAP. He is absolutely phenomenal. That guy is phenomenal.
He is amazing. He is
and Timberlands, how the hell they got him and kept him is unbelievable. And Diddy, I think, is one of the best holding midfielders in the Premier League. I think Chelsea are finishing fourth because right now they look good. Frank Lampard has got the youngsters playing well. Abraham scoring. Mason Mount looks good. Pulisic is finding his feet now as well. Jorginho looks like a completely different player. I mean, you wouldn't recognise this player from last year. I think the young guy, Tomori, at the back, is quality. Yeah. He looks quality. And I think they have perfect way to go forward now. Now, when you move into 5th and 6th, it is a toss-up.
It's a fight.
It is a toss-up. I mean, I will say Arsenal will finish in the top 4 if we sack Emery. If we sack... Yes, we need to sack Emery right now. It's fucking bullshit. It is pure bullshit. The way we are playing is just... It is not acceptable.
I understand that, and I see why Emery shouldn't be there. He's not making the right choices. He's not playing Ozil, and I understand that what happened with Ozil outside of football is outside of football. Bring him in. Put him on the bench. 4
draws in 4 games, in the last 4 games. We have given up 2-0 leads. Constantly. We are comfortable and we lose them. We give them up. Why? Tell me this. Why the hell, when you are chasing a game, you've got Pepe on the bench, do you not bring Pepe on? No, you change Tierney for Kolasinac. Tierney is better than Kolasinac. He has a better final ball. Kolasinac is not going to give you anything going forward.
And
we bring off Lucas Torreira, a holding fucking midfielder, to bring on a winger when we're 1-0 up. I mean... Why? And I tell you what, we are not going to beat Leicester City this weekend. We are not beating Leicester. Leicester are beating us, and I think that's the nail in the coffin. He is gone. We had no excuse why he wasn't playing Ozil. Ozil was our most creative player. Yes, okay, granted, he isn't the best defender. He doesn't work as hard, but we shouldn't need to. We're Arsenal Football Club. We should be dominating possession. We shouldn't have to work hard in defense. We should be dominating, and we've had a problem with creativity.
I think Arsenal need to understand that although Ozil might not be playing his best football, if you give him the game time, it will come back. Yeah. But you can't expect him to come onto a pitch where you've got your defensive midfielder off and you put a winger on.
Yeah.
You know, you can't have Koscielny, Kolasinac, whoever it is that came on for Tierney, because Tierney did not look tired in that game. He didn't look like he needed to come off. Why sub him off?
I know, and Tierney has a much better final ball.
100%. First touch is better, everything's better.
This really grinds my fucking gears. Why the hell do we have a problem with Lacazette playing more than 60 minutes a game? The guy is fucking brilliant. He is a fantastic striker. Yet when it gets to the 60-minute mark, he always comes off. Why? Why? Him and Aubameyang, this season we haven't seen him, Aubameyang, Pepe, and Ozil together yet. We have not. I mean, you think about it. That front four is a scary front. You look at that. That is one of the best front fours. That is equivalent to Manchester City and Liverpool's front four. You have goals and assists galore right there. Yet we don't play them together. Why not? I mean, just if it works, it works. That's why I think if I'm Arsenal, I sack Emery right now, and I'm on the phone straight away to Allegri. And I am saying, Allegri, look, you're coming, we want you to come in, we give you whatever you want, here you go, here's your money, come in. Because we've seen what he did at Juve, and I think Allegri is perfect for this job.
What about the man? The one that everyone's talking about that should go.
We are not, no.
Jose.
If Jose fucking comes in, I will not watch Arsenal for the rest of the year. Because
I know that a lot of people are disliked for him and don't believe that he is the manager that he was, and that's 100%.
No,
100%
you just got to go through the freaking
But I think for a football club that is supposed to be top four,
constantly, yes,
year after year, to come up, to this position where the coach beforehand, Wenger, was forced out, decided he wanted to leave. He was there for too long. Still a great manager. I think if you put him in another team, he'll probably do a great job. I think that the biggest problem with Arsenal Football Club is Kroenke. Kroenke is not allowing coaches, players, and staff to do what they need to do.
I know. That's the bigger problem. The whole top area needs to be reshuffled.
We had this problem.
Everything
with
like that
with
needs to be reshuffled. Yeah. But if we bring Mourinho in, he is a defensive-minded coach. So what will happen is he will fix the defensive side, but going forward, Aubameyang, Pepe, and Lacazette will not have the ability to do what they do. So, I mean, you look at Hazard. Hazard had problems because Mourinho wanted him to do more defensive work and not be staying up. Where you leave Hazard as that free role where he can do what he wants, he's fucking dangerous.
But I feel that Mourinho will be able to get the most out of Ozil because of Real Madrid games. I believe if you put him on the pitch and you have Mourinho behind him, he will defend more. He will defend more. Not as much as you want, but he will defend more.
Yes, there is that. But I just think Mourinho... No, I don't want Mourinho. I don't think any Arsenal fan wants Mourinho because of the history we've had with him at Chelsea and Man United. I mean, no, he can get out. Now, so I think Arsenal finish 5th unless they sack Emery now. Okay, so unfortunately, we had to cut it short there. We had to what am I talking? We had to go to a family function. We had a family gathering planned, and we had to go do that. So we had to cut it short today. But next week, we should have another one coming out. We're going to film another one next weekend and get that out as well. So, yeah, so it was fun. I enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments, what do you think we can do better? What do you want us to talk about more of? Because I'm very interested and intrigued because this is a new project I've planned, and this is the first time I've ever done it. So I have no idea what I'm doing. I am just going with the flow, trying my best. So I would love feedback. I would love the feedback from everyone else. So don't be afraid to leave a comment saying, look, this is what I think you could do better, etc., etc. This is what I think you guys should talk about. All those sort of things. I'm very, very, very intrigued to hear everyone's feedback. So yeah, make sure you leave that. And don't forget to subscribe or like this video as well. And make sure you follow me on all social medias as well. So see you guys next video. Peace out.